One of the best things I ever witnessed at a wrestling, it was a wrestling tournament, was, so again, the cutting weight and stuff. This kid took a ton of X-Lax. And, yeah, man. And it was two other schools, and we're all, at this point, we'd wrestled a couple, and we're watching. And this kid just shit himself. I mean, everywhere. All over the mat. All over the kid. Both kids. Like, they rolled in it. And the fucking other kid was so upset and angry. So they disqualified the kid that shit. Then they had to stop the tournament to disinfect the mats and clean up. So my buddy, Eric Snyder, the same dude that drove the Camaro in the Eddie Coe story, was our heavyweight in high school. And he wasn't he was a football player. He was solid heavyweight for us.
He had a blob of shit everywhere.
But he wanted to lose a little bit of weight. So he took X-Lax. And when he took X-Lax, he read it. I'll never forget. I go in the locker room, and he's just like, Ryan. And I go in the bathroom. We had no door on the fucking stall, and he's shitting himself. He's like,
German trench coat.
and bike shorts. And he's like, he didn't live too far from the school. He's like, call my brother. Tell him to bring you up some clean underpants. I shit myself. I'm like, you did not shit yourself. He's like, I shit myself, dude. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I don't want to lose a little weight. I took X-Lax. It said take one, but he took one strip.
One sleeve.
So, like,
one
whatever,
sleeve.
3 or 5 of these things. And
Is this the same day?
No, not the same day. This is months after. So, in his mind, Liberty High School.
And what was the mascot?
Lions.
The Liberty Shitters.
Yeah. So in his mind, all of us remember this kid that shit himself in front of, whatever it is, 8 to 10 schools at these mega, holiday tournaments and shit. So his biggest fear is, I'm going to shit myself in front of everyone. I don't want to do it. So he gets out the wrestling. It's his turn, and he's kicking the shit out of the kid. I mean, I shouldn't have said that. But he's literally beating this kid, hands down, and you just see his eyes open wide, and he goes to his back and lays like this, and this kid's like, what is this guy doing? He's like, come on. And he lets the kid pin him, and he, and he gets up and runs to the locker room and shits himself. And we lost. So it was I think it was 3 points for a pin you get if you win that match. Is it 6? Yeah, 6. And then we lost an additional point for unsportsmanlike because he didn't shake hands. He ran away to shit himself. It was a 7-point win. And he's beating the kid like 8-2 or some shit.
The funniest thing to me, I hope it really happened, but you might have just added the story is that when he's laying on his back and the other kid's confused, he goes, come on.
Come on, man.
Really yell it?
Get this over with.
Did he really yell it?
Come on. That kid's like, what? All right.
Waving his hand. Come
on, help me out, dude.
Just lay on me. Oh, Jesus, hurry up and lay on me.
One time at a tournament, too. This is a great one, too, man. We were all weighing in. Everybody's weighing in and shit. And then
at each other's dicks.
This guy goes to this guy comes out to wrestle. We used to circle around the guys, and then you'd run through. So you couldn't really see the wrestler in the middle. Like, we'd all be around him, then you'd run out.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, this kid, we're setting it up.
Then they get Down syndrome. You're like, whoa.
Like, expect that. So that's exactly what happened in this, except it was not Down syndrome. So we'd all wait in. This kid runs out on nubs. He had no legs from the knees down. And all the other wrestlers, this kid hustles out on nubs. We're like, get the fuck. And the other kid's like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Shoot the leg.
So he beats the... It looked like both of them were shot.
Civil War accident.
But he was pissed.
That's whose coat it was. Like, I'll chop his legs off.
This kid was mad because his argument was, like, fucking legs weigh something, man. So you're at a weight class.
I say that all the time.
So, there's a national champion last year.
He's got one leg.
But
he's wrestling at fucking 215
yeah,
in real life.
And he's killing.
Yeah,
170. Yeah, exactly.
That's bullshit.
And that's what this kid was like, wait a minute, man. You weighed in like you look like a full-size person. Now you're coming down here with these nubs. But he ended up kicking the shit out of the kid. He pinned the kid really fast. And then we were just ball buzzed like, big deal. You beat a guy with no legs, man. But if you lose that, it is over for you.
You always hear about girls wrestling, and guys are like, I ain't fucking wrestling. Like, I don't give a fuck who it is. Like, let's just do it.
We had a girl that wanted to wrestle. She was a scorekeeper or some shit. And she's like, I think I can do this. So there was a dick on our team. There's always one dick. And he picked her up and slammed her and broke her collarbone. He was like, there's the end of that shit, everybody.
Wow.
Get back to keeping score. But it was clean. I mean, it was legal. He's like, you want to wrestle with us? Here's how it is. Boom, dropped her, and it was over.
How many football guys that thought they were the shit would quit wrestling 2 weeks in? Like, fuck
A couple,
this.
yeah. A couple
like
of
the
them.
most popular guys in school are
puking
like,
and
fuck
shit.
that.
Yeah.
There was a heavyweight on our team. Two significant people on my wrestling team. One's in jail for life. This
For
kid,
what?
I'll tell that story first. Mike Ardilla, murder, kidnapping.
Jesus.
He was always the guy. You know when you hit like tennis balls and shit, they go on the roof of the school? He went up to get him at Brookdale School, and he fell off the roof of the school when he was like in like
Fifth grade.
like fifth or sixth grade. It was only like one story, but so like it didn't kill him.
But it fucked him up, huh?
Yeah, but he wasn't like he
changed him.
Sorry.
It changed him.
Yes,
It changed
opened
him.
an evil portal in his mind. Like some evil shit began that day. And people,
What do you think you went wrong when I fell off that school?
Fell off Brookdale Avenue School. It was an elementary school. Brookdale Avenue School. He was getting the tennis balls out of the gutter, and he fell and hit his head. And then people.
That's what you get for being a nice guy.
And people are always like, "Yeah, ever since he fell off Brookdale, he wasn't the same." And he was like completely normal. He didn't lisp. He didn't have a stutter. He didn't have nubs. No, oh, by the way, the best part about your friend pinning the kid with nubs is I picture those little nubs kicking.
Just moving real fast,
Little nubs kicking.
like little tight karate chops.
Yeah, trying to get up from under your buddy.
Just fucking go down. Just go down, man.
Your friends freaked
Come
out
on, I
trying
can't
to
lose
throw
to
up
you.
in the kid's mouth. So Mike Ardilla, oh God, my face hurts. Mike Ardilla falls off to school, and he's not the same. And we knew he was intrinsically evil from that. Like, and he was a normal guy. He didn't have a lisp. He didn't call his shoes his fucking keys. Like people with head injuries. Just it opened up that portal of evil in his head. This is how weird it was. Like, he'd be smoking pot, but he'd somehow have, like, fucking pot stuck between his teeth. Like, he was that stupid. Yeah. So maybe I guess it did have an effect. All right, don't make a big deal out of it. Yeah, Mike Ardilla guy, you know. Pot stuck between his incisors. We used to run stairs. There were stairs to go down to the wrestling room. And it was like, if two people were going up and down at the same time, you, like, would brush shoulders. It was tight. And it was a long 2 stories. And we used to run piggyback with guys on our back. There was a long line, like a centipede, like going up and down. And we had one cassette tape, and it was running Van Halen 1. And we just wore that shit out all the way to Atomic Punk, bro. We killed it.
Yeah.
But Running with the Devil, we would all sing. His name was Mike Ardilla. We would sing like how the military, like the Army goes, I want to be an airborne ranger when they fucking march and shit. We would run steps as tired as we were, vomiting in trash cans. We'd go, running with Ardilla. But the game was, if you were next to him in that line, when you were the one saying it, he would punch you in the face. And you
face?
Yes, he would just fucking, he was older than us. But he would just punch you straight in your face because he hated it. He didn't like people calling out his Satanism, right? Whatever the fuck it was. So, like, you'd be like, dun, dun, oh, yeah. And then you'd see him coming down, and you'd start to panic, and you'd start pushing the line, but you're going up. So you'd create, like, a stampede. So now you got, like, 14 wrestlers giggling like idiots with people on their backs in a cement stair. Like, you get killed.
Right.
And then the other people coming down are trying to slow it down because they want to, they know who they want to get punched in the face. But, like, the substitute devil for Ardilla, we knew he was evil. And then I found out he was at a party all coked out and fucked up, and a girl had just dumped him, and she was with this new guy. So he stabbed the guy to death at the party, took the girl in Jersey, drove across the country, and they shot his tires out in New Mexico. So not only was it a murder, kidnapping, but it was a kidnapping across state line.
All the way to New Mexico.
Yeah, so that's like super federal. And his dad was a cop, a real cool guy, too, his dad.
Damn.
His dad, to the best of my knowledge, his dad never fell off a school.
I was going to say, the moral of that story is fucking don't climb up on schools.
And then,
but
it is like the most fun in the world is when you get on the roof of anything.
Yeah.
Like,
you know,
you're the first time you got on the roof of your own house?
Here. Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. We used to get up on the roof all the time.
You're like, wow.
Oh. scared and excited. Try to like act like you're gonna. I always grab my brother like, doing that shit all the time. Like, cut it out, Dick. Cut it out.
Fucking asshole. Our heavyweight was. You said yours was good.
Ours was good.
And
yeah, Eric was good.
And a football guy that didn't quit. Ours was a kid, Arlen Cunningham. And forgive me if you're gonna sue me, but it's too good a story to fuck up the name. Arlen, Arlyn Cunningham. And he was like a jelly belly. Like, he was never in shape ever.
Fish.
But the kid had fucking – he was a fish, but he had fucking heart. Like, he would never take a push-up off. Like, you know when they go, down, you're doing push-ups, and the coach turns his head, you just lay on the mat and wait for him to turn around.
Put a knee down.
You're like, down. Woo! Man.
You're only cheating yourself. No, I'm not.
I even work when you're not looking. Fuck that. So Arlen didn't cheat. Like, he always did it. But, like, he was so fat, his nipples were on the outside of his singlet.
Oh, fuck. He had the Mort
nipples. I said that
nipples.
to you on the phone.
Yeah.
And my wife goes, side tit.
You a side titty out of your wrestling
singlet? Yeah, side tit. And they were not good nipples. Big nipples.
I just made it work.
And he was kind of a ginger. You know, he was kind of a redheaded kid. He was real fat. And I remember we were at Kearney. It was a Kearney tournament, regional school. It's a couple of years after my freshman year. So fucking junior year. What a dope. Sorry. And it sounds like you telling the fucking Spark story. Arlen goes out, and he's got to wrestle a guy. I think it was Dave Zott from Clifton, who played for the Jets, played for the Chiefs. He was a tackle, an offensive tackle in the NFL for like 14 years. But he was a national champion. State champion, freshman, sophomore, junior, and now it's Dave Zott's senior year, and he's going full ride to whatever college he went to. And they go, Dave Zott, 240 pounds, and the guy's a fucking offensive tackle in the NFL, and that's what he looked like. And then Arlen comes out at like 189.
189.
Looks like a scallop, to quote Jim Norton. And the place goes quiet because everyone's like, that's Dave Zott. You know, he's a legend. Like, shoot, in fucking Vision Quest.
Right, yeah.
And all of a sudden, Arlen's mom goes, run for the hills, Arlen! Run for the hills! She fucking yelled.
Run for the hills.
She yelled, run for the hills.
To her own son.
In a fucking...
kick his ass, or you can do
Run
it.
for the hills, Arlen!
Just a family of quitters.
And man, let me tell you, there was not a single fucking...
He's like, fuck that, I do all my push-ups.
Yes.
I'm not running from shit.
He didn't. He went out and got fucking bended up in about 30 seconds, as expected. In hindsight, that kid had heart. That's why I hated him.
It's true.
More heart than I ever had.
Oh, God.
And there wasn't a bus ride after that where just it would be quiet. You know, it's always early because you got like weigh-ins are like 7 a.m., 2 hours away. You got to be at the school at 4.
Sometimes it's dark when you get there.
It's
Yeah,
freezing, and just all of a sudden people be sleeping and shit. And this pre-iPad and shit. Everyone's looking out. Run for the hills! Fuck you guys, man. And then Mike Ardilla would get on the bus, and everybody would just get real quiet.
Punch people in the face on the way to the back of the bus.
In that line, running up and down stairs. Running with Ardilla. And if you were the guy next to him, when Ardilla rolled out,
oh, shit.
And you would have, like, panic, because you'd see him coming, you go, uh-oh, I'm going to make a punch. And I remember getting, like, just tagged. He wouldn't, like, knock you out, but he would tap. He would give you a nice shot.
I remember the biggest guy I ever wrestled, it was one of those where they're like, Ryan, will you step up and wait and just fill this class? I'm like, fine. It was like whatever it was after 63 or 65. I don't even know. It was way too heavy. And I remember I weighed in. I had my sweatsuit on, singlet, headgear hanging from it. I was eating a cup of pudding, and it wasn't even budging off the fucking thing at all. Yeah, it wasn't even moving. And the truth is, when I would fill in a heavier class, I would do it if the guy was fat. Because I could beat a fat guy because I was strong.
You can't say no.
But, well, you know, I knew I was going to win if the guy was fat because I was strong. But if it was same weight and he was all muscle, I wasn't going to let him pin me, but I knew I was going to fucking lose. I knew I was going to they put me in a fucking half Nelson and run my face across the mat and just get those forehead burns. I'm like, you're not going to pin me, though. It's not going to happen.
With Mike Jones' shit all over the mat.
Mike Jones did.
Everybody thought he was melting.
So this kid is a stud. I think it was Gilman, the school was in Maryland, and he was big, white boy, fucking yoked, big senior football player.
Ask me where I'm from.
Where are you from, man?
Gilman, I keep telling you. You're all fucking bitches in Gilman.
So this kid was not a bitch, and My coach was like, just don't get pinned. That's what it was. Just don't get pinned. I know you're going to lose. Just don't get pinned. So I go out, and we lock up, and the kid sticks his neck out, and I see it, and I'm like, fuck it. And I throw the best headlock I've ever thrown in my entire wrestling career, which is not long at all, and fucking slam him to his back and wrap it up, and I threw that arm over his nose and mouth and held that shit, and I just choked the shit out of him, and I was squeezed with that guy like, please, God, just back that motherfucker. He said, boom, and I was like, whoa, this dude was pissed. Like, I want to